In 2006, Jordan Brand dropped a clean, crispy, beautiful, simple Jordan 4 and the Jordan 4 Pure Money. And just 1 year later, they took that colorway and stuffed it onto the Jordan 3. And 18 years later, they're back again. Air Jordan 3 Pure Money. Now, the shoe is dropping on July 3rd for $205 in the United States. Of course, this first came out in 2007, and this is the first time it's actually returned. And first impressions of the Pure Money Jordan 3. It's hard to beat an all-white sneaker or majority white. You can see like bits of chrome or like that metallic aesthetic, but for all intents and purposes, this is going for like a clean white colorway, but they just couldn't help themselves and they couldn't keep it all white. I would have definitely preferred if it just went like all white, go all the way, just... I like it, don't love it. I think it just could have been slightly better. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And the materials on the shoe, very white, very shiny. It is just leather on the base layer, and the leather does feel pretty soft, but it's not like super thin. That's a good thing, but it's not like super thick also, like the 85 bread that we saw earlier in the year. But yeah, it feels pretty nice. I wouldn't say it's like super premium or the best type of leather that we've seen from Jordan Brand, but all things considered, it is decent. And in terms of the mudguard area, that is actually patent leather, so it's got that shiny patent leather look. And wrapping around the heel as well as the mudguard, that is the most distinct thing about the Jordan 3. It is this elephant print. That material is actually nubuck, and it is also the one change that they made to this Pure Money edition. So on the 2007 version, it is actually like just white elephant print. It doesn't have this like kind of aged brownish tan type of color to the elephant print. Between the two, I would have preferred just the original version of this colorway, so without that change up. But yeah, they did what they did. Now moving up the tongue, if you look at the eyelets down at the bottom, it's got this kind of chrome aesthetic, as well as the eyelets up at the top. And this shoe does come with just one set of laces out of the box. It is this thinner type of laces. There's like an elephant print pattern laces there that also came with the 2007 version. And what's interesting in terms of these laces, this kind of pattern actually kind of extends onto the lace tips, so very subtly, almost blended. And then right at the top on the tongue, it is this metallic looking Jumpman. Now you might think that this is like a solid piece, kind of like the eyelets, but it's actually just like rubber. Kind of seems like a pump fake right there from Jordan Brand. And moving on to the booty of the shoe, you will see just a Jumpman on the back, not an OG colorway, so you can expect a Jumpman instead of Nike Air. And the distinct Jordan 3 booty. Now, what's special about the Pure Money colorway is that when you flip down the booty, it has Pure Money stitched right on the tab there. So just a hidden little detail that also came with the original version of this colorway. And in terms of the cushioning of the Jordan 3s, it comes with a polyurethane midsole with a Nike Air unit just on the heel, as well as one on the forefoot, a visible one on the heel, of course. And the midsole here, I'm glad to say they didn't pre-age this. There's no yellow tinge or shade to it. No sale, just pure white, Pure Money midsole right here. And on the outsole itself, you see the very familiar Jordan 3 outsole, the concentric circle patterns up top, and the Jordan and the cutout here. Again, not an OG colorway, so expect Jordan branding here and not Nike. And the insole of the shoe, it is a pretty standard Dream Cell insole with like a chrome, silver metallic looking Jumpman on the heel. Nothing too special. And the box of the shoe, it is a Jumpman box with elephant print and a red Jumpman in the middle. Elephant print paper inside as well. And in terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer. For Jordan 3s, I usually just stick true to size. On rare occasions for Jordan 3s, the polyurethane can come kind of stiff out of the box, so it feels just a little bit uncomfortable when you first put your feet in. You gotta break it in. But for this shoe, the polyurethane actually feels pretty like soft and comfortable just straight away. And under your feet, this was a basketball shoe after all. A lot of people want like a low profile cork grip for basketball shoes. Michael Jordan certainly wanted it that way. So it's pretty low to the ground. Very ancient technology with just 2 Nike Air units. If you're not into that, and if you're not used to that type of cushioning, you like thick kind of soles, you probably won't like this. A lot of padding around your feet and around the tongue as well. It's pretty soft. The tongue is not like stiff material, so that doesn't dig into ankles. I think for 2025, for a retro, still pretty comfortable. And that brings the total sale score of the Jordan 3 Pure Money to 30 out of 40. Pretty good score compared to other general releases. Now first, it is colorway. It is good. I don't love it. I just think if they went all white, just go all the way in, just pure, like the name suggests, it would have been better, in my opinion. And in terms of the materials, pretty nice leather. It's not like super elite. It is pretty soft right out the box. I don't love patent leather in general. That's just a personal preference of mine. But the leather itself, it doesn't feel like super thin and flimsy, so that's good. And in terms of the comfort, this is an old shoe. Know what you're getting into when you buy a Jordan Retro, especially one from before I was even born. But considering that, if you're just wearing a Jordan 3 for casual use, I think personally, even for my wide and fat feet, it is one of the retros that are actually decently comfortable. And in terms of versatility, the Jordan 3 is just one of the most wearable shoes ever. It doesn't have to be Jordans, just sneakers ever. And it's crazy to think that it came out as a basketball shoe and it's just completely crossed over into the mainstream where people look at this and they're like, that's a nice shoe. You don't have to care about basketball at all. And in terms of the wearability of the colorway, majority white sneaker, absolutely delicious in terms of wearability. It's hard to screw up a white sneaker, especially on a white Jordan 3. The only thing that kind of detracts from it is this kind of taupe tan color on the elephant print, but I don't think it really takes away from the wearability of the shoe itself. So yeah, definitely a very versatile colorway. And if I had to choose between the Jordan 3 Pure Money versus the Jordan 4 Pure Money, I'm going with the Jordan 4s. I think overall I do like the Jordan 4s better than the 3s. Comfort-wise, 3s more than the 4s, but just for looks, I do like the 4s. And the 4s, in terms of the 2006 colorway at least, compared to this Jordan 3 Pure Money, I like how that's all white. It's just cleaner, crispier. I definitely know a ton of people are very excited for the return of the Pure Money 3s. For me personally, just personal preference, doesn't really get my sneaker hormones going too much. It's a nice colorway, but it doesn't get me like super excited. I already have an affinity towards like black sneakers, but an all white sneaker, you can't really complain. But yeah, it's just nothing. Like if you put this in the lineup amongst all 2025 Jordan brand shoes, I definitely wouldn't pick these out if I had to choose like 3 or 5 or 10. There's just a lot more other Jordans or sneakers in general that are coming out for this year that I like better. And that might be blasphemous. I know this potentially is a fan favorite, but it's just my opinion. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Soul Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 3 Pure Money. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, but wear your shoes.